Hello, welcome to another episode of Wealthy Minds Decoded. My name is Banesh Bindi.
And I'm Andy Shaw. I'm very pleased to be here with you this week.
I'm very pleased too. I think this is the last time we'll be seeing each other.
Yeah, unfortunately, obviously Oblivion's next week, so we're very, very concerned about
This week is about fearing the Mayans.
Yep, because
and,
obviously it's all over, people.
It's all over. We've got our director Pete. Hello.
Only 48 hours to go, guys.
Yeah, 48 hours to live. That's why the shows have been we've just devised a reason as to why we've been acting like Muppets over the last couple of weeks, because it is about to end.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd have some fun.
Right?
And we can feel this, and they're going to come, and the world's going to end.
But we're going to not let it descend into anarchy.
Today,
are we, gentlemen?
Just for today.
Just for today.
The last one's going to be absolutely serious.
This is the last one before Christmas.
I mean, it's like the aliens as well, wasn't it?
It was like the aliens back in the summer.
At the Olympics over there.
Yeah, just over there.
We're still here.
Yep, we're still here. No aliens.
No aliens came out.
Well, maybe they came. Maybe my mind's been.
Maybe my friend that moved to France for 3 weeks to avoid the aliens. he might have done that again. For the end of the world.
Good point.
Because that could save you.
Yeah, if you move to France, you're going to be safe.
You're going to be safe. Because who's going to go to France?
Yeah.
Because
you're not having to go at French people now.
No.
That's all right then.
Taxes are just ridiculous.
Okay, we've got a great episode today.
We've got a really good episode today because we are fired up about this topic. Right, what are we talking? By the way, this is the extent why we've got
Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Manesh was supposed to have 2 Santa's hats here for us, but
right, yeah.
Somebody forgot them.
We were supposed to be wearing Santa hats.
Okay, guys, what separates a wealthy mindset from a poor mindset? A poor mindset watches TV opposed to reading every day. Sure on that one, guys?
It's a good topic.
You go first.
So, one of the best ways to program society is through television. And right now, poor and unsuccessful minds are watching TV way more than they're actually reading. The problem with watching TV is that you're being fed content unless you're watching it very, very consciously, and even then it slips.
Which is very difficult to do.
Especially in this environment, because there's so many different angles that messages are coming towards you at. Is that you are not in control of the content you're feeding your mind. Therefore, you're not in control to the response that your mind has to the content. Because remember, we can only respond to the data that we're given. If you're given continuous loads of crap, you can only respond by producing crap. And a successful mindset wants to absorb data that is targeted towards the goal, not just random pieces of rubbish.
Hypnotism. Sorry, TV is a form of hypnosis. I mean, if you've ever watched a program, I'm sure you've watched a TV series and this sorts of thing. I don't know, a TV series I used to watch. I used to like the sci-fi programs and that sort of thing. And you'd watch it and you'd enjoy the episode. You'd look forward to seeing the episode. You'd watch the episode and then that's it. As soon as it's finished, you have virtually no recollection of the episode at all because you were hypnotised while it was on. Now the problem is you can't. That's feeding your mind with, okay, you've got escapism, you've got downtime and that sort of thing, which I understand that. I love a good film and that sort of thing. And effectively, that's the same sort of thing. You're being hypnotised there. But with your, a wealthy mind looks to read, looks to feed their mind with the information that they want to put into it, that helps them get to where they're intending to go, where they're walking, where the progression they're on, the route they're already on. They look to bring in information. We're not going to talk today about just-in-time information, but effectively, you study. If you're doing a lot of the marketing, I read books on marketing all the time to inspire myself in marketing. If I'm looking to solve a particular mindset issue, I'll go and pick up a book on mindset, and I'll read sections on that.
You mean you pick up your own book on mindset?
No, I read other people's books on mindset as well. But you pick it up just to inspire your mind to think more about that, to give you alternatives, give you tangents and that sort of thing. Whereas a poor mindset, I go and switch to the TV. I mean, I've just gone back. I haven't had a TV for, I don't know, three years, and we had a family meeting, and
which was
Daddy was brought to the family meeting, which was made crystal clear that we were having a TV in the household. And in fairness, they're right, because there's elements where you're all watching a film together or something like that. It's really good. But they had this TV and they
DVD.
Yeah, DVD. I don't know what it is. DVD.
That's not
sound
TV.
system,
you don't need a TV.
all that sort of thing. But anyway, well, you sort of need a screen. Otherwise, the DVD player's going, look, we can see how long it's progressed through the movie.
Movies are fine because you can go to cinema and you're watching a particular movie that you wanted to watch. The problem with having a TV is as you're going to cover, as you've been telling me, is that there's uncontrollable amounts of crap
uncontrollable.
on it.
You know, we have this situation a few months ago that they were watching this particular show, which was it wasn't a few months ago, a few weeks ago. They were watching this particular show, which was utter garbage. And I was looking at it going, oh, what is in this? What is in this for anybody? What is it giving? And it is just complete and utter
Rubbish.
And I'm sitting there eating my food thinking, this is just absolute garbage. And
What food or the show?
What? The food I was eating was absolute garbage.
Or the show?
It was the show, mate. The show was absolute garbage. All right, good point. The show was absolute garbage. Right, thank you for
Pete's
that.
lost it again.
Pete's lost it
He's
again.
on the verge.
Yeah. It's close to descending into anarchy again. And then I go down in the mornings, and at the moment, if I go down later in the morning, because I'm doing my videos, so I sit in bed and I create these videos. Not those sort of videos.
I'm trying not to laugh. But you look at the camera, and behind there is Pete crying.
I almost stopped until you mentioned making videos in bed.
Yeah, right.
And you got me going again.
And
Were you picturing it? Is it that scary?
Just for clarity. See, this is the anarchy we're not supposed to be having. Okay, I know the world is over next week,
we've
but
got 43 and a half hours in counting, right? So just don't worry about it.
I'm just going to clarify, the videos are the Bug Free Mind video series, right? You know, so making those videos, I go downstairs, and when I walk downstairs, the Christmas lights are on and that sort of thing, but there's the TV on with some utter garbage, you know, and it's like, well, what rubbish is this feeding? You know, I was watching a show, it was this show you were talking about that. Where 25 girls or something pitch themselves to.
It's just called. Some of my stupid friends have started watching. It's called "Take Me Out." Right. And what happens is that we're actually merging right into the third part of this.
Oh right, we'll leave that and do it in a minute.
We're just basically in the third part. What we're going to do is destroy some TV programs. Right, that's going to be entertaining.
And some of your friends.
And some of our friends.
The point is.
So hold on. Let's introduce the second section.
Okay.
Because that's what I think you're going to talk about.
Okay, so what can we do once we have this successful mindset? So once you have a wealthy mindset, you stop wasting your mind space.
Wasting?
What's wasting? Same thing, it's this Jack Daniels, isn't it?
That's called Johnny Walker.
43 hours to go.
Johnny Walker, by the way.
Is it? There you go. Once you have a wealthy mindset, you stop wasting your mind space on what does not help you.
Yeah, because when you, again, this is the content thing. As soon as you take in so much content that's absolutely pointless, your mind can only react to that content. Einstein had a quote saying, after a certain age, it's harmful to continue reading things for no reason. Right? Einstein was a smart guy.
Yeah, I mean, to give you an idea, it's, I used to watch the news all the time, I'm sure as most people do. And basically the news is this. Doom and gloom, it's all over people, despair.
That person's dead.
You know,
some girl got raped.
Occasionally there might be a little anecdote, pleasurable thing at the end of the news. That's basically about it. And
some grandma won the lottery.
So about every 5 or 6 weeks, the old ego tries to force its way to the forward. No, watch some news, watch some news. So I sit there and I'll be on iPlayer or something like that.
So are you telling me that as a mindset expert named Andy Shaw, you are susceptible to your ego?
You obviously haven't completely read my books, mate.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Why would anyone buy your crap?
I know.
When you can't even control your ego over the news.
No. This is the power of observation, boys. Observation.
Look at that.
Right?
He's about
to start crying again. So what happens is, I observe this irrational thought.
Just
as
joking,
opposed to this
don't take it
irrational
personally, alright? I'm just joking. It's just friends thing, isn't it?
So what happens is,
like you explained on the last show.
Indeed. So what happens is, this irrational thought. Thank you for that information warning there from Pete. We won't bother showing that to anyone, will we?
Let's pass it over here.
No.
Show what Pete messages Pete says.
No. Right. Okay. So what happens is, I notice this thing come up and I think, okay, I'll watch the news, and I do it to feed the ego on purpose, because I look at it and I go, right, okay, watch the news, and it comes on and it goes, thank you, I'm ignoring it. The TV comes on, the news comes on, it goes, oh, doom and gloom, it's all over, the country's screwed, loads of people have died, and I hear 3 or 4 of the news headlines, and I go, oh, same news as always then, and that's it, off.
And then you're just back onto creating what you want to create.
Exactly. So I've now narrowed down the amount of time I waste on the news to probably 2 minutes every 5 or 6 weeks. Yeah, because just to make sure that it's still as rubbish as it always was, because there's nothing there for me. So I don't have any more wasted mind space thinking about stuff that I can't control, that doesn't help me get to where I want to go to. If it doesn't help me, then it harms me. So if I'm watching the news, how's it helping me? If it isn't helping me, it's harming me. If the TV program isn't helping me, it's harming me. There's no standing still here. There's no situation where, okay, well, I can get away with watching
a load of shit.
Yeah, it's not helping me, it's harming me. Okay?
It's crazy. What you got to understand is that the information in your mind is directly responsible for the output of the results that you have. You fill that mind space with absolute rubbish, and you're going to get rubbish results.
Well said.
I mean, it's true, guys, isn't it? We've been preoccupied for thousands of years with, the Colosseums. Now we've got football and EastEnders, etc., etc., etc. There's always something for the common man to watch, to preoccupy them, to take them
to
away
distract
from
them.
it.
Distraction, yeah.
So just tell me, because this is a really powerful, I get a very powerful feeling when we talk about subjects like this. What would you say is the most evil, detrimental form of medium available to the public today? What is doing the most damage to the general public today?
TV, full stop.
Television.
In particular, what type of programming?
Big Brother. EastEnders.
Big Brother's soap operas.
I'm a Celebrity, get me out.
Yeah.
Anything that forces you to look at somebody else's life, right, and idolize somebody else's life.
Well,
and
this moves
what
us on
harms
to the next point, doesn't it? The cultural impact. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's introduce the next section, and then we'll answer your question in a second. Go on.
Okay. This is where we do a case study or cultural analysis of a bad mindset. Can we talk about the cultural impact of this?
Of the particular shows, right? So when you're looking at programs like you just said, EastEnders, for example, it's teaching you to be entertained by other people's lives. And the thing is,
Look at the camera, mate.
the thing is...
No, look at me. I want it all. Look at me. Don't worry about the people. I need to know this, mate.
I'm looking at the camera. All right.
You just asked the question.
Yeah, I know, mate. So it's me that needs the answer?
Right, anyway, before Pete has a total nervous breakdown again. Right, when you're watching programs like EastEnders, Take Me Out, Big Brother, what you're being trained into doing is being entertained, and your life's purpose is through the observation and the entertainment of other people's lives. What does that do? It distracts you from your own life. Simple as that.
I spend lots of time inside my mind picturing out, seeing how everything's going to pan out in my life, how I'm going to make things happen, how I'm going to put things in place, so that by the time the world moves forward, I will be in the right place at the right time to ride a particular wave, because I think about it, I think it through all the time. Now, if I filled my mind with this garbage that they put out, I wouldn't have time to think like that. And it's because I have enough time to think about where I'm going, I'm able to create it. Einstein, a quote that I've mentioned before several times, he always said it's not that he's so smart, it's just he stays with the problem longer. And what I do is I want a solution, so I'll sit there and I'll think about it for a long enough period of time that I can come up with, this is the most awkward get a water to Manesh I've ever seen.
Tell
right?
me about it. Thank you.
So what I do is I look at it and think, right, well, okay, how can I make this happen? So I think. And so I'm able to analyse and overcome steps in my mind, because my mind isn't full up with a load of garbage. People say, oh, I watch EastEnders for relaxation.
You were just talking about, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. What is the point of that rubbish?
Yeah, it's, I was thinking about that a while ago, and I watched the first series of that, and it was utter garbage. But I watched it because it was something different. And I thought, why am I watching this? And my wife liked it, and she watched the first few series and that sort of thing. But I just think, well, that's garbage. What value is it? Of what value? How is it helping move your life forward, other than hypnotise you for an hour and a half when it's on? So it's
like when you're looking at Take Me Out, right? What I didn't like about Take Me Out is that it's programming the distraction. How this basically works. My throat's been playing out. How this basically works is quite simple. 25 girls in a line. these girls generally not that smart, and one guy shows up, and what he has to do is have a video of him. He has to talk about himself, and effectively the girls have to beg for this guy to pick them to take them out.
Yeah, what is that doing? You know, I've got a 10-year-old daughter, and she got her first boyfriend a while back. And I said to her, look, you can have whoever you want. Yeah? And like I said to my son, you can have whoever you want. He's in control, she's in control. Yeah? I teach them to be in control of the situation. Whereas this cultural impact, because parents aren't teaching their children that they can actually control, you know, their children can actually control the situation. This cultural impact is making it so that, I mean, when I grew up, you know, we didn't know that girls were nervous. You know, as boys, we'd have loved to have known that situation, but we thought the girls had the power, and of course they, you know, they were just nervous, right? But whereas now, what the cultural, this sort of the show they were talking to me about this morning, it's training girls to think that they have to beg for the boys' attention.
Yeah.
What?
And it doesn't. It's a reduction in women's self-esteem, their confidence, and everything else. What type of society are we going to end up with if women are brought up to believe that, you know, we're just effectively no longer men treating us like pieces of meat? We are the pieces of meat. So that's what's happening.
Well, I mean, to give you an example of how my daughter handled a situation, she decided she didn't want to go out with her boyfriend she'd got anymore, so she just went up to him, and I didn't particularly like the way she handled it, but this is how much her mindset is in control of the situation. She went up to him and she went, dumped, and that was it. It was one word. It was she's in control, because that's it. Her mindset
that
is,
little boy is scarred for life.
He's now scarred for life.
No, he ran in front of a bus. The funeral's Friday, but we won't see that because we'll all be dead anyway.
We'll all be dead anyway, you know. But yeah, the cultural impact of all of these things going on. People say, well, why is society changing? It was better longer ago. Well, it's changing because these little changes, these subtleties that are being fed in and people are watching and allowing their children to watch, are changing things, and they're basically messing a lot of it up.
What's annoying to me about this particular program is I've got friends who watch this, they're girls, and they watch this, and the Facebook status updates that I see, everything else on Twitter and everything like that is, wow, that guy was hot. I wish you know, I could have gone out with him. It's like, what? And these are really good women in their own right. You know, I'm not. You know, it's like they shouldn't be.
They don't even realise they've been programmed.
No, they shouldn't be wishing that they could go out with a guy. They could attract any guy that they wanted, and that's it's just absolutely crap and heartbreaking, actually.
We can't change what's there. It's just being aware of it. No. You know, I can't change the situation of all the way the TVs are going to do it. They want to do what they want to do. It's not my right to change it.
It is critical at the moment when you think about it.
Oh, it is.
I've heard you mention Idiocracy before, the film.
Yeah, it's a dumbing down of society. I mean,
it's something that really, guys, you should watch because it's coming.
The film Idiocracy basically is a dystopian future, set 500 years in the future, where
America,
where this guy basically gets frozen in time. He gets frozen in time, and he gets defrosted 500 years from now. Basically, everybody's got dumb. Yeah, everyone's now stupid.
Dumb.
He was a dumb guy in our time, but over there, he's the smartest guy on the planet by far. And it's Idiocracy. And if you actually watch the film, you'll see that is the basic progression of what's going on. That's what's happening. You know, if you actually think, well, if you look
Can I ask you, Andy, when did that film come out?
Oh, it was 2005, 2006, something like that.
I guarantee you, when I first saw that film, it was very funny. I watched it recently. It's not so funny anymore.
Because you're now seeing it, aren't you?
And every time you watch it, it gets a little less funnier because, sadly enough, it's all coming to fruition.
It's a cultural change. But the thing is, all you've got to do is be aware of it to avoid it. Now, the problem is that people look at it and think, right, okay, well, I can watch TV. I'm not going to be hypnotised. Just... You know, I say to people, sit on this shoulder, watch yourself watching the TV and see how long you can avoid being hypnotised before you've stopped noticing yourself. Won't be long. You know, if you're going to sit in front of a TV, you're going to be hypnotised. So if you know that that's going to happen, okay, accept it.
And the other thing is it controls people's ambitions. Because now, for example, I'll mention, you know, Take Me Out again. It's just I have a passionate hate towards it when I saw these status updates. Because I'm like, you're amazing women. Like, what the hell are you doing, you know? and is that it controls people's ambitions. When everything that you're taking in is affecting your ambition levels, your ability to think bigger, and it's controlling all of that. And when you're taking that in and you're sitting there thinking, I want an idiot guy who's gone on TV to get attention for himself in a public brothel environment, that's limiting your ambition to that.
I had a friend recently, and somebody that Pete and I know, and what happened, we both noticed how he'd become very, very negative towards everything, and we couldn't put our finger on it. We were chatting on the way up here today, and he I put my finger on it because he doesn't have a lot else going on, and his entertainment is TV. Well, if you're watching that much TV, he's gone from a very, very positive person, automatically positive, automatically can solve every problem, to a very negative person that automatically it's doom and gloom, the country's screwed, this is going to be going on for years. So where's that come from if it's not come from the TV? He's letting the programming that's going out there, because people are being programmed to think that they can't get jobs, they can't change their life, they're in trouble, the economy is going to be really, really bad, it's going to get worse and worse. You know, what value is that to know that stuff? You know, even if it's all true, what value is it? It's valueless. To getting you where you want to go, it is valueless. Therefore, why have it?
And I think this all actually comes down to people not knowing what they want. Again, it always comes down to that. If you can just know what you want, you'll know. You don't need to sit in front of a TV watching EastEnders, Take Me Out, So I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, any of this bollocks. You just don't need to do it.
So just one more question for you, yeah? So I think we're all in agreement that the what's being spewed in front of the public at the moment is just generally not good for you. Would you say the creators of these shows are aware of the quality of garbage, as Andy puts it, that's being put out? And if so,
yeah, they're just giving the public what the public wants.
They're giving the public what the public wants and pushing it to the limit.
Yeah,
are we going to let them off the hangman's noose when it comes to actually blaming them for the rubbish they're producing?
It's
and
not my
programming?
it's not my right to change what other people do. It's just my right to observe it and see how it affects my family's lives and anybody who's watching this.
Do you believe the creators of these programs, these wonderful programs that enthrall the general public, do you believe they're aware of the damage they're in fact doing?
These programs are businesses, right? So therefore, I'm answering your question. These programs are businesses, and therefore, a business is designed to give the prospect exactly what it wants and to push it to the limit and give the best experience that the prospect wants. The problem is it's getting dumb. Then the next series they make it dumber. Next series they make it dumber again, because all they're doing is pushing it to the limit of what that entertainment is called. That's all that's happening.
Yeah, I've got no animosity to any of those sort of guys. They're just in business. They're just doing what they're giving the public what they want. That's what any business is designed to do. You give the public what it wants. The point is, though, if it doesn't help your life, then a wealthy-minded person can, automatically can avoid this junk. But while you've got bugs in your mind, and it's programming. Your programming is like, well, I've always watched TV. Well, it doesn't mean to say it's the right thing to do just because you've always done it. You know, you don't have to stop watching TV. I mean, I went literally, no, that's it. I'm not watching TV. I've got to cut it out because I saw the negative influence and I needed total separation to get my mind back under control. But I can dip in and dip out of television now, and I can occasionally watch a good program. But most of the time, it has no value to me because it's not helping me where I want to get where I want to go.
Right.
Okay.
I think we're pretty much done there, right?
That's about it.
No worries. Right. So, guys,
say goodbye to the world.
Yep.
And Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry.
Well, if it happens.
If
That's
it happens,
true. If it happens,
Yeah.
well, we might just be on a different plane of existence or something. There.
Who knows?
we've got to fear the Mayans, because those guys
They knew
It
what
was
was
fun
coming.
while it lasted, wasn't
dangerous. It was fun doing this show,
Well, happy oblivion to you.
and we won't see you next week. Take care.
So.
Don't bother commenting because we won't get
it?
there.
Yeah, because we're all going to be dead. Don't bother.
Take care.
Bye.